Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second annual International Every Girl Wins Day. My name is Dr. Christine Kazachuk, and I am the founder of Every Girl Wins Institute and founder of International Every Girl Wins Day. Today, my host is Sir Clyde Rivers with I Change Nations. Welcome, Sir Clyde Rivers. How are you?
Dr. Christine, I'm excited. Anytime I get to work with you, I know the world will open up and change. So I'm excited to be here.
Oh, we're ready for a big day today. I mean, the international representatives have worked so hard for this day. We worked 5 months really hard, so you're in for a huge treat. But before we go on to have our first speaker, what I want to tell you is about International Every Girl Wins Day. The theme for this year is Her Right. We stand for females and equity. We support females for equity and freedom for females around the world because it is her right, and we stand for that, for education literacy, for economic literacy, for healthcare literacy, and also entrepreneurship literacy. We are on a mission to make sure that every girl has the freedom and equity that she deserves around the world. So those who are watching, thank you so much for logging in. Please make comments on the comments and let us know where you're watching from for today. Sir Clyde Rivers, how are you? Do you have anything to add to that today?
Yeah. And first of all, I want to thank you for your vision. I want to thank you for your effort to help part of the 7.8 billion people in the world actually have the ability to be what they're created to be. If it wasn't for ideas and organizations like yours, and I say yours and specifically because what you're doing, you want to empower them with economy as well, not just bring aid. You want to help put a new knowledge base in. So I applaud you for taking that valiant effort and making those valiant steps.
Thank you so much, Sir Clyde Rivers, and thank you for standing with us today and, being for the females, their freedom and equity. And you're such a great man, and I thank you so much for that. And I know the other women around the world also does.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So our first guest, who I am going to bring in, is going to be our jingle contest. He won our jingle contest. We had a contest that ran in November and December, and he created this jingle. And when I first heard it, it just really made me cry. So it's just, it's so powerful. He was going to do it live, but he's had some problems. So his name is DJ Israel, but I'm going to play a YouTube that he created for this. So what he won is he won $100 in US dollars. He also won a 1-year coaching package with me, which is valued at $3,000. So very excited for him to be a part of this. So we're going to go ahead and play that. And so go ahead and get your tissues out because it's absolutely amazing.
She wants love, she wants care, she needs to be safe. She needs to be empowered, she could light up the family. So show the girl child love. There's nothing she can't be, 'cause every girl.
One more time, because for some reason it did not fully play.
She wants love, she wants care, she needs to be safe. She needs to be empowered, she could light up the family. She needs to show the girl child. She needs to be empowered. There's nothing.
Not sure what's going on with his video.
It sounds amazing. My goodness.
Yes. So hopefully we can get this back on here for him.
Yep.
Yeah, for him to, because for him to sing it. Hold 1 second. He may be on here. Oh, he is on here. Well, hold 1 second. He was down on the stream. Let me put him back up here. Hello, DG. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Great. We're going to go ahead and let you play your song because evidently the YouTube that you made for me did not fully work. So you're on now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Bluetooth connected.
Okay. Wants love, she wants care, she needs to be safe. She needs to be empowered, she can light up the family. So show the girl child love. There's nothing she can't be, 'cause every girl we, every girl we.
Thank you so much, DJ. I know you're having some internet
Wow.
connection problems, but that's absolutely
That's fantastic.
beautiful.
My goodness. I love it.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much, and I look forward to coaching you in this next year, and see you blossom.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So we were going to bring on our first speaker, and our first speaker, I'm actually going to let Sir Rivers introduce her, which is Professor Julian Businge.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat. This is a woman that's the founder of Royal Civility, and when you hear her share, she will inspire you. Hey, if you transpire, you will resurrect, because Julian Businge is here, and she is a phenomenal leader. And I work with her and her husband, and I'm telling you, the world is a better place with amazing people like the Businges. Jillian, over to you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Christina and Satellite, for this opportunity to be on this platform. I'm truly humbled and so grateful. God bless you.
And what we're going to talk about today with Professor Julian, she's going to speak a little bit, but we're also going to give her some questions and answers about entrepreneurship for the girl child. Now, Professor Businge, we kind of had a conversation yesterday about entrepreneurship at such a young age. So what I would like for her to do is share that story with the audience, the young girls.
Yes, we had a conversation on how I actually started on my entrepreneurship journey. And it started when I was at a very young age, probably about 10, when I would get these inspiring ideas on starting businesses. And I believe my first business idea was selling lollipop ice cream. I would make lollipop ice cream with my sisters and would sell. We would take it to the next door shop, and the shop would sell it for us. At the end of the day, we'd just go and collect money. And that was so, when we started receiving the money, it was so exciting. We're like, wow, that means we can do so many other things. And I'm so grateful for that time, because our parents were very supportive of what we were doing. Had they seen us, maybe at that time, they had the key. They could have stopped us. They could have not believed in us, but they kept us going. They kept on believing and saying, oh, that is good. You can do it. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity. And I've also carried it on to my children. My youngest is 7, but he's also started his own business. My 2 children are both authors, and they are also entrepreneurs. My daughter actually featured in the young girls entrepreneurs in the UK. So I'm teaching it also to my children. My husband is also encouraging them, but it all started because with my journey as well. I believe because I did it, it's now like something I can also pass on. And I encourage all other parents, when you see your children having a gift or an idea, don't kill don't kill that idea. Don't kill that gift, because we do have the keys to their destiny. My parents could have said one word that could have killed. Instead of reading your books, why are you looking for money at this stage? What don't you have? They could have done something negative to sabotage my zeal for entrepreneurship, but instead they encouraged me, supported me with all my other siblings. And I'm very passionate. Up to today, I'm passionate about business. I teach other women and other people as well. So, yeah.
So, Professor Julian, why is it so important to introduce the girl child of the world to entrepreneurship at such a young age?
That's good.
It is very important because, one, charity starts at home. If the child can grow in a very conducive environment, knowing that they are safe, they are supported, even before the world actually can embrace them, that idea helps their mindset. Imagine, just like I said, when I was growing up, if the environment I lived in was not conducive enough, supportive enough, loving enough, I would never, I believe, be the person I am. I don't know. But because they believed in me, they supported in every possible way, I am what I am today. And it is very important, and I've developed it in my own homestead, in my own home environment. My children, anything they small they do, she paints on rocks, anything small, I get so excited about it. Because I know that it starts in the home. If I can appreciate it and see value in the children, then they will be able to believe in themselves. When they go out there and they are rejected, or anything happens, they still know, oh no, I have a backup plan. I know this is important. My gift is needed. You may not need it, but I know someone else needs it. So that kind of positive words help the children develop a positive mindset about themselves, and help them function and grow up in their talents and gifts, and flourish and become a solution to the world in the end. So it is really important. Your question is, why is it important? It is important because the mindset of the child is transformed. It becomes positive. They believe in themselves and they begin to function properly.
Absolutely. Do you have any questions, Sir Cross Rivers?
Yes. Julian, I'm wondering, what do you think the world will look like if every girl had the chance to be the entrepreneur they were called to be?
Oh, how beautiful.
Great question.
It's heaven on earth. It's heaven on earth. That is what it is supposed to be. Every girl has a right to entrepreneurship. And we are all different. Everyone is different, and everybody's gift is a solution to someone else's problem. It could be entertainment. It could be drawing, seeing your picture on a wall. It is different. But when we encourage every girl to believe in themselves and actually function, walk in their gift, I believe it will be heaven on earth. It will be such a beautiful thing. The economies will develop because they'll be bringing in income into their homes, income into their businesses. So the whole country or economy will just have to grow. Even at the minute, according to Forbes, they were saying that women bring in the highest percentage in terms of building the economy. So if we can train our children to actually function, bring the girls especially, because anything small, their identity can easily be, how can I call it? Their identity is fragile.
Yes.
The negative words we talk, anything can actually become a great scar on them and hinder them from
really good.
achieving what they ever want to achieve in life.
Yeah, and I read an article, Professor Businge, about if the girl child becomes educated, that how the economy, can rise up to at least 20%.
Wow.
By the girl child becoming educated.
Wow.
And that is one thing that, Every Girl Wins is very passionate about. We actually just sponsored our first girl child, Lydia from Kenya,
Yeah.
that she has a baby, and she dropped out of school because she had a baby, but we have sponsored her, and she wants to be a journalist, and every time I hear a story, I can't stop crying. But we sponsored her last week, so we're looking forward to her journey in school in April. So that's fantastic. I'm so looking. Do you have any last minute words or comments before we go?
My last words would be for every girl out there: believe in yourself. You can do it. You are special. You are amazing. There's nothing you cannot do. If you want to be the next president, so shall it be. The next billionaire, trillionaire, so shall it be. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So think positively, think great things, imagine great things, and trust me, it shall come to pass. Thank you so
I
much.
love that. I love that. And by the way, your mom was smiling the whole time you were telling her about your entrepreneurship, ice cream. Ice cream. Well, thank you so much, Professor Businge, and I look forward to changing the world with you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. And before we move on to our awards, what I want to speak about also is her right, our proclamation. And I'm going to let Sir Rivers talk a little bit about our proclamation and where you can go sign our proclamation.
See, man, thank you, Dr. Kozaczek. See, this here, it's important that we get this initiative signed, because what happens when you want to change things in the world, every institution looks for numbers. How many people are standing with you? How many people are behind you? So as this movement begins to eat the world, we need every one of you to actually sign this proclamation. And what happens? We will take it to different countries of the world, different institutions, and make sure that every girl has her right to be what she's supposed to be. So this is very important, people. Sign up, www.herright.net. Go sign this proclamation, pass it to as many people as you can, because when we get the right numbers and we bring it to the right people, change will take place in the world.
Absolutely. And right now, this morning when I checked, we were at 325.
Wow.
Signed. So thank those all that has signed, and thank the international representatives that has pushed that. We've been really pushing it since March the 1st. So we are at that number right now when I looked at it earlier this morning. So that's absolutely, phenomenal.
Yes,
and it's given them, you're standing for something. You're standing for freedom, and you're standing for equity, for females of the world. So go there, sign herright.net, and click the little red button, sign this petition to stand for the cause and stand for the females of the world. Thank you. So we are going to go ahead and start our awards, Sir Clyde Rivers. Very, very, very excited.
Oh, yes.
Very. So I'm going to bring Namal and see if she's on here. She is not on here. Yes, she is not on here. So I am going to go ahead and read the awards categories. And she's in Ethiopia, so she probably is having some internet problems also. So our award category is the Legacy Award. The Legacy Award recognizes one deserving woman each year who is leaving a legacy by leaving a positive impact for women. Actually, hold 1 second. She just popped in on me. I'm going to let her read this. The award recognizes one deserving woman each year who's leaving a legacy by leaving a positive impact on women. Actually, hold 1 second. She just popped in on me. I'm going to let her read this. The award recognizes one deserving woman each year who's leaving a legacy by leaving a positive impact on women. Okay, you're on them all.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we're ready for you to read the awards category.
Because I was having so many different voice here and there, so it was a bit different.
Okay.
How is everyone doing?
We are
Fantastic.
great. How are you?
Good. So just in case if my internet cut off, I just want to make sure that you pick up from where it needs to be, because you never say for these internet around this East and West Africa somewhere. All right, I will do my best. Okay.
Okay.
So for the legacy reward, I mean for rewards in general. So first of all, my name is Niamal Day, and I'm the representative for 2021 South Sudan. Okay, so I will be able to read the rewards, the description of the reward of each. For descriptive for the reward, so that way you can have more understanding what this reward is about, especially for our viewer. So I'm going to start. So legacy reward, the legacy reward recognizes one deserving woman each year who's leaving a legacy by leaving a positive impact for women and children around the world. So that's the legacy reward. Unsung reward. Unsung reward recognize a woman who go above and beyond to improve the lives of women and children in her community. This reward is given to an individual, not an organization, okay? The leadership reward recognize a woman that demonstrates the strong leadership skill in her life, community, and career. Pioneer Reward. The Pioneer Reward recognizes a female trailblazer that has passed the way for female in government and who have changed the law in their country for female rights. This one I get excited of most of the time when I heard about it. So the Man Worth Reward. The Man Worth Reward recognizes a male who leads and or has founded an organization who advocate and understand female value by encouraging, supporting them to know who they are in the world. Now, these other reward is the two other reward, and also too, they are from age 13 to 26 years old. One of them is Youth Innovation Reward, Youth Entrepreneur Rewards, age 13 to 26. So I'm just going to read those. So the Youth Humanitarian Reward recognizes a female youth who have put forth effort to make their community a better place or active in a local or the state government. The Youth Innovation Reward recognize a female youth who have demonstrated entrepreneurial spirits and initiative by running their own venue. The honoree of this reward will receive a group business coaching classes worth $3,000 provided by 2021 representative. And then also too, like I said, there's another one in here is Youth Innovation Reward. I believe I probably mixed them up here. I apologize in advance. The Youth Innovation Reward recognizes a female youth who has created innovation products and services and who has entrepreneurship spirits by running their activities and venue. The honoree for this reward will receive a group business coaching class worth $3,000 provided by 2021 as well. Thank you, and I apologize for making the mistakes, and I hope you all enjoying this beautiful event. And I just want to say, Dr. Christine and Dr. River, I just want to say thank you so much because this day is very important, and I'm very honored to be part of it, to be honest. I'm all the way to Ethiopia taking care of that, but I can't miss it so for the world. So I just want to say
Wow.
thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Namal, for everything
Thank you.
that you do.
Man, she's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm gonna.
Thank you.
So that is our award category, and I'm so excited to be honoring so many amazing women and men around the world. I have 12 international representatives that we will be honoring in 17 different countries. How exciting is that?
Wow. Come on, somebody. Just clap for
It's
that.
amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to bring on my first international Every Girl Wins representative from Cameroon, which is Geraldine Amby. She's absolutely amazing. She works so much for, the females of the world. Geraldine, we will need for you to unmute yourself, okay? Yep. Yeah, you're still unmuted.
Yes,
There you go.
I didn't want my noise to echo through. Good morning, Mr. Dr. Christina. So, Rivers, I know I haven't spoken to you, sir, but it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. And she is our Cameroon representative, so we're excited to have her here. She will be honoring some females and males in her country. So we will go ahead and let you start, Geraldine, with the first one.
Okay. So Dr. Frida Tende, she is an amazing young lady. The reason I picked her, actually, I nominated her. The reason she was nominated was this woman, she has like 2 master's degree. I don't know how she did it. Went on to have a doctorate degree, and right now she's running an organization in Cameroon. Cameroon, for those who don't know, excuse me, I'm catching a cold. Sorry, my voice is a little bit off this morning. But for those who don't know, Cameroon is actually a war-torn nation right now. And where she's actually from is the English-speaking part, which is called Southern Cameroon. And it's been at war for the past 4 years. And she runs an amazing organization that that provides education for women and girls in the Anglophone speaking area. And she has been putting up, because of the war, she hasn't really had a program this year, but every year she has an education program for girls in that area. And my second nomination is Ernest Asante. He is just an amazing young man who lives in the North Dakota area. His peak was because of the work he does with the youth in the North Dakota area. So he went to school and he's a coach. He coaches football, and he volunteers with the Girls Scout team here in the Bismarck area in North Dakota. And at the same time, he takes the youth around for them to, he has a club that he takes immigrant youth around the state for them to play soccer. And my last nomination for the youth category was for Denise Kaiki. She is an amazing young woman. She assists me in particular. I have like a youth group I help out with in the Bismarck area. But this young lady, she puts herself out there to give back to her community by teaching most of the dances. Some of you must have seen on my Facebook page about Youth in Action. She choreographs all the dances for Youth in Action. And she had, back in Liberia, where they were running from the war in Liberia back in the day. Her mom actually grew up in Liberia. So one of the things she did was she participated in a community a lot. She modeled, she created dances, which she had taken that with her when she was moving to America. So she's an amazing young woman, and thank
Right.
you so much. And she's so excited. I'm sure she's
Yeah.
listening at this and just jumping. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, this is amazing. So I applaud each and every one of them.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Yes,
much
that's
for all
fantastic.
you do. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So our next awardee is actually our Canada Award, and it goes to Nadine Spencer from Canada. She has received our Leadership Award for her leadership, entrepreneurial
Wow.
spirit in Canada. So congratulations, Nadine. We're very excited to award you the Leadership Award from
Wow.
Every Girl Institute. So our next international representative is Lucy Sabiti. I call her Mama, and she is from Uganda. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Mama Lucy. How are you?
Lucy.
Yes, doctor. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm so much humbled to be on board today. And I'm so much humbled that you had confidence in me to be a representative in Uganda for the Every Girl Wins project. We are so humbled and we love you. Clyde Rivers, we are so grateful. Being a man, you have upheld us, have upheld the girl child to make them be what they want to be, to make them what they will be. Thank you so much. We love you too.
Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you. And your first representative, your first awardee, Mama Lucy, is Sarah Nabakusa.
My first representative, yes, Sarah
Yep.
Nabakosa is an amazing woman. She's a single mother with 2 children in her home, but she's been doing a great job about the girl child. All day long, she runs around all day long. She treats those girls like their own children, like her own child, like her own everything. She's doing an amazing work, bringing those children together and counseling them. She has not gone to so far in school, but she's really like a mother. So we are so grateful for having joined Every Girl in to her.
And we have Brenda Basiri.
Yeah,
For the
so we
leadership.
have Brenda Basiri. We have Brenda Basiri. She's a youth leader. She's a youth entrepreneur leader. This girl is amazing. She's still single. She's a grown-up, an orphan, but she's doing an amazing work. She took herself to school as in secondary. She looked around. She made sure she got school fees to train her own self in school. The mother died, the father died. So she was there. She lived like in her own world. But of today, she's an entrepreneur.
And
As
we
she
have
went to school,
Frida. And we have Frida Nakabiri. I'm not going to be able to say that correctly. We have her as a Youth Entrepreneur Award.
Yeah. She's a Youth Humanitarian Award leader.
Okay, and we have the Men of Worth Award.
This one also is also.
Pastor
yes,
Henry.
we have Pastor Henry. Yes, Doctor. Pastor Henry is a man of worth, as it is mentioned, and he's the only man in our circle here in Uganda. Being the only man, he's doing amazing work to help even us who already have got, some girl child to take care of, but he always comes in, to give us a helping hand. She preaches them whenever we fail, to get to go on ahead with the girl child. We carry her to the church, and she takes over. He cancels her, and on she goes. And that is a great work for us, because as we are not pastors, not men of God, he has taken up that job to do it for us. We are so grateful about him.
Very good.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mama Lucy, and for honoring the men and women and the youth in your community. And we know, the work that you do with your orphanage in Uganda, and you just do such amazing work. And and tell Miss Shiloh that I said hello. Tell us hello. Thank you so much, Mama Lucy.
Thank you, Dr. Christine. We wish you all the best during this celebration.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So that is our Cameroon, Canada, and our Uganda awardees. Wow. Do you have anything to say, Sir Claude Rivers, before we move on?
This is so amazing, because Dr. Kozaczek, whatever you praise, they will practice. And you know what? And I'm grateful for every girl wins, because it's bringing positive exposure to achievers that would not be recognized anywhere in the world. Thank you for this valiant, heroic program that's empowering people.
Thank you so much, Sir Claude Rivers. Now, also, we're going to bring on our next speaker, which is Dr. Carolyne Opinde. She is our independent representative with South Africa, and she's going to be speaking live today to our audience.
Very good.
I'm going to bring her on. Welcome, Dr. Carolyne. How are you?
I am well, thank you. Hello, Dr. Christine. Hello, Sir Clyde Rivers. It's an honor to be here today on this auspicious occasion. I am honored.
Wow.
Thank you.
I love the look today. It's fantastic.
I'm representing South Africa, Sir Clyde.
Yes.
This is our traditional
very
beads and the hat. Yeah, it is such an honor and a pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much, Dr. Christine, for inviting me to speak on her right to economic literacy.
Thank you so much. And we're going to let you go ahead and speak to the audience on the importance of the girl child and the women and female of the world.
Thank you so much. Sir Dr. Clyde Rivers, Dr. Christine Kozaczek, distinguished guests, global ambassadors, country representatives, ladies, girls, men, and boys, and our audience joining us around the world. Indeed, it's an auspicious occasion today to join you here as the representative of South Africa, Every Girl Wins, and the Global Ambassador for the International Day of Every Girl Wins. I am honored to be here today to speak about her right to economic literacy. When we speak about economic literacy, what comes to mind is the empowerment of women and girls. And I will start by this statement. Today, more than ever, the world needs a more equal, a more inclusive, and sustainable economy and society for it to recover and to rebuild, even as we think of what has happened in 2020 and 2021 now with the COVID pandemic. Her right to economic literacy calls for gender-responsive economic and social policies and placing women's economic lives at the heart of pandemic responses and recovery plan. We've heard of the word VUCA. VUCA means volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. That is what our world has been defined as. And what does this mean to us today? It means that the situations or circumstances that we are faced with today in the world is unpredictable. And every industry is affected by all this. VUCA demands that we avoid the traditional methods of doing things and embrace disruptive ways of doing things in life, including when it comes to economic empowerment of women. So what does her right to economic literacy really mean? I will share with you 6 areas or 6 components, and they could be many, but today I would like to share with you 6 of them. The first one is her right to access to markets for women who are entrepreneurs. Professor Julia Businge came today and spoke to us about how entrepreneurship starts from a young age for women and also boys. But today we are focusing on the girl child. Her right to access the market is really important because we can make all the beautiful artwork. We can step into the workplace and do amazing things. But when we are denied rights to the market or the right markets that gives us good prices, then we definitely are not economically empowered. Her right to economic literacy also means her right to equal pay for equal work for women who are in employment. It means also the right to promotion at work, regardless of the status of women, whether they are pregnant or young or mature or close to retirement. Women who are in the workplace have the right to promotion in the workplace. Her right to economic literacy also means her right to financial services, to loans and grants, especially when they are starting their businesses. It also means her right to inherit land, property, and assets that are due to her regardless of her age or her sex. It also means her right to decision-making tables, whether they are in the C-suite in an executive position or whether they're at home as a stay-at-home mom, where she gains some income and her right to use that income that she has made, whether it's through entrepreneurship or a job, on the right things that she wants to use it. It also means her right to expense or to use the family income for the good of her family. Those are the 6 areas that I called out when we speak about her right to economic literacy. However, we know that there are issues that have happened most recently, especially with the COVID. And I'll speak about women who are in the workplace, girls who are stepping into roles in organizations or in the workplace, or even women who are in entrepreneurship or stepping into entrepreneurship. How can we support women to be more economically empowered? I will share lessons learned and good practices that have been shared by the United Nations agencies such as the UN Women, the International Labour Law, the Food and Agriculture Organization, World Health Organization, and so on. The first point to ensure that we support women to be economically empowered is to adjust our policies, to adjust programs that better support women, whether they are at work, whether they are entrepreneurs. The second point is ensuring that women are represented and included in planning and decision-making at all levels. And that is upon every leader, in every organization, in every institution, and for girls also who are engaging into business, just like many of us in our young age were engaging into small-scale business and starting out as entrepreneurs and budding entrepreneurs, is to allow us to step up into those positions. So the court is on, the ball is on our court. When you think about parents, when you think about teachers, when you think about people who are fostering children, even children who are in children's homes and institutions, how can we support them? Next is helping women to address unintended consequences of stay-at-home measures. During COVID, ladies and gentlemen, during COVID, women who were at work stepped back took the role of caregivers as mothers, as teachers, and many mothers will tell you they became the school principal, they became the class teacher for all their children. And many of these women have faced difficulties. Now we'll share some examples of organizations that I work with in South Africa. For example, today we gave an award to a woman who works with women who have faced gender-based violence. And together, this is something that happened in 2020. They partnered with Microsoft South Africa, where Microsoft South Africa actually put out a competition called a hackathon. And we had 60 young software developers come forward to design apps and softwares that will help us to prevent gender-based violence, reporting the cases and following it up in honor of women and girls. As you may all know, that South Africa has one of the highest gender-based violence incidences in the world. And those are solutions. And many of those software developers that developed this app, in fact, the team that won had a young woman. And I am very proud because I was part of that competition as a judge working with Microsoft South Africa. Second last is to ensure that we support women across the value chain and in the communities where they operate businesses. A good example is for any business looking for a supplier. Identify women in the community who can provide or supply the same goods or services. And one thing, remember to pay them on time. Lastly, let's partner with governments and other sectors, private sectors, civil societies, because we cannot tackle this by ourselves as women, as girls. We need to partner with our local leaders. And this contributes to the Sustainable Development Goal number 17 that speaks about partnership for sustainable development. As I come to an end, I would like to share with you benefits of economic empowerment. What happens when women know their rights or are allowed to experience and live through what is called her right to economic literacy? Benefit number one, women economic empowerment is central to realizing women's rights and gender equality, period. Empowering women in the economy is closing gender gaps in the world and is critical. It is critical to achieving the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Next, when women work, as we have heard today, economies grow any day, anytime, anywhere. And we can see it in high-income countries, middle-income countries, as well as low-income countries. Second last is when we increase women's and girls' education attainment, it contributes to the economic empowerment and more inclusive economic growth. Just like Dr. Christine Kozaczuk said, when a woman is educated, research shows that the economy in that home, in the household, in the community grows by 20%. Can you imagine what it would be if women had their rights, if girls had their rights to step into economic literacy and empowerment? Lastly, women economic empowerment is good for business. Like I said, any day, any time. As I come to an end, this is my plea to every woman, to every girl. You have the right to economic literacy. Do not wait to be given permission. Stand up. Take your rightful place. My word to men of worth and boys of worth amongst us brothers, fathers, uncles, grandfathers, friends, bosses, managers, supervisors. Women have everything it takes. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Opinde. That was powerful.
My goodness.
So powerful.
There's no
Any
words.
words?
No words, man. Dr. Opinde, keep doing what you're doing. You are impacting this world. Please never stop doing what you're doing. Your voice is needed. You're so eloquent. You're a stage person. Keep leading the way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I am honored. Thank you, Dr. Christine Kozaczuk. Thank you, Sir Clyde Rivers.
Thank you. 1 second. Okay. Let me remove her. Okay.
That was great.
That was great.
Goodness.
That was powerful.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Fabulous. I mean, great information. Great information. So our next international Every Girl Wins is South Sudan, and you heard her earlier. That's Namal Day. So she is going to announce her honorees today. Hello, Namal. How are you?
Hello, I'm back again. I'm so excited. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for having me again. Today is a very exciting day for me to be here twice. This is my second one. So I am so excited about International Every Girl Win Day. And so just like I said before, my name is Namal Day, and I am the representative for International Every Girl Win Day for South Sudan. I'm sorry. So as you probably already,
we're going to go ahead and start with the first. Yeah, your was echoing just a little bit. Okay, we're going to start with the first one, and I'm excited for him. Yes.
So we have Emmanuel Jal. Emmanuel Jal, he's a man worth rewards. And there's a reason why Emmanuel Jal has to be in this reward section. Because Emmanuel Jal, he's not only an activist, he's not only a child soldier, he's not only a musician, he is individual that is worldwide known by South Sudanese, by all over the world. He accomplished so much in the world. He got so many rewards, but he's always have a mindset of saying, you know what, I want to be able to help women. I want to see them to be going to the next level. Even personally myself, I work with him. I saw him. He's supporting me on everything that I do personally. I just can't imagine anyone else to have this reward. So Emmanuel Jal, if you are watching, I just want to let you know that I'm very grateful for you. The world is grateful for you. The South Sudanese are grateful for you. Keep up the great work. I mean, I'm very proud of you. So I hope you just know that you are the mentor for every young person out there. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life. If Emmanuel Jal can accomplish the thing that he's doing right now, just imagine yourself that you can accomplish anything that you want in life. You just have to put your differences aside, move on. So,
and your next awardee?
My next award is Jacqueline Nazwa. She's currently in Juba. This woman, she is the pioneer, I believe that's what it is. She is a pioneer rewards. I'm going to tell you this woman, I have not talked to her personally, but after reading her bio of who she is, what she's doing in our community within South Sudan, she's not only have a master in international law from Oxford University, and the fact that, you know, she's also a human rights activist. I'm a human rights activist too as well. She is promoting gender inclusion, protecting women rights and right of the children, and she's a strong advocate for peace, transitional justice, and good governance. It doesn't matter, you know, when she stepped on the court, That's exactly what she does because she's a lawyer. She fights for a woman. She tells the government of South Sudan, this is what we need to do and this is what we should do, and she doesn't care. And that's the character that we wanted every woman within South Sudan and tell our South Sudanese women, it's time for women to step up in their place and to be able to save our country for a better, or take them to the next level. So that's one of the reasons why I chose this Jacqueline. The next person is Rebecca Andrew Kong. Rebecca Andrew Kong, she is from South Sudan. This woman, I swear to God, you know, she's the most amazing person that I ever worked with. She's not only dedicated in committing human rights advocacy for gender equality. Her greatest motivation is her belief in justice and the dignity for each human being. And I respect everything that she does. She was a former refugee, even though she, she's currently, you know, she's in the United Nations. I believe she's in Belgium, and she's a diplomat there. She is, I swear to God, this woman is putting every child, every girl child into school, and she deserves everything that she needs.
Wow.
Okay. And your next awardee?
My next award is Nyaliv Kong. Nyaliv Kong, sometimes, you know, forgive me. This lady, she's located within Omaha, Nebraska, and she's a former refugee. She's not only doing, I mean, I don't even have word for this girl. If you research about Nebraska have over 10,000 South Sudanese that are migrating there. And this girl, she's a mother of 5. She's with 2 sets of twins. She's not only a full-time mother, she's also a full-time student. She is the executive director of the Youth for Greater Good in Omaha itself. This girl bringing youth together academically. She supports them, she mentors them, she teach them how to learn about their culture, their background, and who they are. And not only on that too, she's just an advocate person to say, you know what, I can actually train our young girl and young women and our youth in general to show them the right way and the right path to go. And she's very passionate about it. So she is a young girl of tomorrow. So my next one is Rhea Williams. So Rhea Williams, she is an advocate. I can tell you this lady, she is the Inclusive Global Leadership Initiative. She's a luminary for it. She's also an international security and diplomat at the University of Denver. She's also, I was one of the individuals was at the USIP, that's the United States Institute of Peace for 2019. I was part of that, but she had a different one. She is the founder of Crown the Woman within South Sudan, giving women the voice in South Sudan itself. So, and then also too, she's a human rights. So most of these people that I chose, I can guarantee you that they are working for betterment of our country within South Sudan, and to see our youth to be able to excel and to move to the next levels.
And your next honoree?
Next honoree is Flora Nelson. Flora Nelson, I just currently met her. After meeting her, I just fell in love with her and everything that she's doing. I don't even have to read her bio or just glimpse through it. I just knew that in my heart she's a right person. She is a youth innovation. This woman, she's doing her best to do everything that she can, especially for young girls within South Sudan, to make sure that they have PAD during their period, so that way they don't have to miss schools.
Wow.
So she is that one individual that you cannot miss within South Sudan, because South Sudan have the lowest rate in the world, to the point where many of those girls, when they have their period, they don't have to go to school. And this lady right here, she can step in and say, you know what, I have to do something about it.
Wow.
And I see her as a way for her to help the young girls who are doing their schoolwork. Thank you so much for having me. I
Wow.
appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Jamal, for
That's amazing. Thank you.
They're
Thank you.
absolutely amazing, and we are so, honoring them today is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I am honored. I'm just so grateful for all of them. If they are watching, and I'm just really proud of all of them. So I am celebrating them today, and they deserve everything. If I have to give them, if I have the wool right now in my hand, I can give them everything that they need, but I don't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that was pretty powerful, wasn't it?
It's see, every girl wins is creating a culture. It's a culture of recognition and empowering. It's words and action. So man, I love it. Thank you.
And so we're giving two more awards from Jamaica, and this comes from Dr. Marcia Smalling, which is not on the streamline right now. So I will go ahead and introduce them. She is our independent representative from Jamaica, and she is honoring today Janet Shimhu for the Leadership Award. And then she's also recognizing Mahila Gordon, the Youth Entrepreneurship Award, and she also receives the Business Coaching Scholarship from Jamaica. So that's really fantastic. So we are going to go on to our next, let's see here, wait just 1 second. Okay, because our next speaker is not on here, and that was supposed to be Lani, Dr. Lani from the USA. So what we're going to do is go ahead and move. We're going to go ahead and have Dr. Ebere come on and speak. She is one of our speakers, so we're going to go ahead and have her come on and speak at this time.
Exciting.
Okay. Hello, Dr. Ebere. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much, Dr. Christine and Sir Clyde Rivers. Thank you for having me. I just finished my own award, my own ceremony about 2 hours ago. So I'm still trying to recover. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. So I don't know what I need to do. Is it to speak or to announce my nominees?
No, you're going to speak because our speaker, Dr. Lani, she is not on here, so we're going to ask you to go ahead and speak.
Okay.
And
Thank
you're
you so much.
Yes. Okay.
Thank
and
you
I'm
so
going to
much.
remove Sir Clyde Rivers from this thing.
Okay.
Remove.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel so privileged to be asked to speak about her rights for education. So I'm so honored, and I'm also so humbled that I'm speaking about an issue that has been a long life pursuit for me. I would like to thank Dr. Christine, the director of Every Girl Wins Institute. I would also like to thank Sir Clyde Rivers, the co-host for this program. I would like to thank all the viewers who have taken out time to join us on this occasion of celebrating girls and women all over the world. I was asked to speak on the topic, her right to education literacy. I would like to start my speech by making a statement about a novel that I read a long time ago. And that statement is, the opening line of that novel says, I was not sorry when my brother died. I am sure that everybody who is listening to me would wonder how someone could make such a statement. It's only someone who is unfeeling and who is callous that could be happy or not even regret that they lost a sibling. But I want you to hold on until you hear the rest of the story. It's not as bad, as terrible as you think. So I would like to say that all my life I had pursued education. I remember that at the age of 12, I decided I wanted to study English language and literature. And it was fascinating for me because I had read some novels written by women. Yes, at the age of 12, because I am the seventh child and I had older ones who read books. So I took some of their novels and I read them. And I liked the stories, the struggles that I saw that some girls in the novels actually went through. And at the end of the day, they overcame. So I stand here to proclaim that education is a human right, actually. And a girl, and by extension, a woman, is a human. So education is her right. It is not a privilege. All the other rights for women and girls, the right to quality life, the right to quality healthcare, the right to gender equity in business and professions, and of course, the right to equity in participation in politics and governance. All of these rights are embedded in the right to education. None of these other rights will ever be achieved without a good education. Statistics show that when girls and women in a family are educated, there is an improvement in the general quality of life. Educated women are more likely to influence and impact the home environment, and of course, to impact the lives of their children from a very young age, much more than educated men. And of course, we know the reason. Women spend more time with children than men, so they have a lot of influence in the upbringing of the children. So we know that every single woman who is educated brings something of a great quality to their homes and to their families. However, statistics show that girls and women are the most disadvantaged when it comes to education, especially in the underdeveloped world. But this is not to say that equity in education has been achieved for women in the developed world. It hasn't. And this is something we need to begin the discussion about. And I'm so glad that this forum has provided us an opportunity to be able to have this conversation. Now, I want you to stop for a moment and think of the joy and the pride that are in the lives of women all over the world when America elected their first female vice president in the history of that country. It just happened, and this is a feat. We could also look at the beginning of this month. A woman became the Director General of the World Trade Organization for the first time, and this is also a feat. Think of the success stories of these women and so many other women like them. And then you wonder, what if they were not educated? What would have happened? Think of the contributions that they are going to make to the world, and think of what would have been lost if they were not in those positions and if they were not educated. So education is a right. It's the right of a girl. It's the right of a woman. So if you are listening to me this evening and you are a girl or you are a woman, do whatever you can. Buckle your shoes, grit your teeth, run towards the line to get an education, because it is your one right way to being able to achieve every single thing that you need in life. I want to go back to my opening. I was not sorry when my brother died. This statement was made by Tambu, the protagonist of a novel written by a female Zimbabwean writer. And that novel is titled Nervous Conditions. Tambu was a girl who loved education. But of course, the family didn't have enough resources to send her to school. And because there was no resources in the family, they decided to send her older brother and only brother to school. Tambu was desperate for an education. She was smart. She could help her brother solve his schoolwork just by sneak reading his textbooks. Yet, she couldn't go to school. She was desperate and she wanted to do something about it. So Tambu decided to plant a maize garden and she wanted to harvest this garden to be able to pay her fees. But what happened? Her father laughed at her efforts. She was a small girl. Her brother and his friends stole a lot of these crops before she could harvest them. She had no hope. She wasn't going to get an education, yet she knew that in the Zimbabwe of her time, that she needed an education to be worth anything within the society. Then suddenly, her brother took ill and died. Tambu didn't kill her brother. But after the death of her brother, there was no other male child in the family to send to school. And the family knew that they needed to get an education for someone to help to make sure that the family had the wealth and the resources they need to survive. So they decided to send Tambu to school. Tambu didn't kill her brother, but her brother died before she could go to school. So if you are a man listening to me, we, your mothers, your wives, your daughters, and your sisters, we don't want you to die, of course. We will be sad if you died, but we want you to help us. Help the women around you, help the girls around you to be able to achieve their dreams. They don't want you to die. Nobody needs to die, but everybody needs to have equity to achieve the best that they can be. And we can't do any of these without a good education. So education is a right of a girl as much as it is of a right for the boy. I would like to close with another story of a man that loved education. And this man loved education, and that was my father. My father loved education, and he believed that his 6 sons and his 2 daughters should have equal opportunity to be able to develop their skills and their talents. My father had a tradition. I was told when I grew older that I have a faint memory of the day that I was to start formal schooling. My father sat me in front of him on a small stool, and he took a pen and a paper and he gave them to me. And he said to me, "Nne, this is my promise to you to pay for your education until you finish university. Never return these to me until you have gotten a good education." I took the pen and the paper and I never looked back. It was a long journey for me with some diversions on the way, but finally I got to the peak of formal education to earn a doctorate degree in literature and English studies. At the age of 80, my father came to my graduation and he danced so much. He was so happy and he was dancing and they were beating drums all around him. If you are from Nigeria, you would know that sometimes when there are celebrations, there are some people who go about beating drums for you to dance. And my father was dancing so much more than me, the celebrant. He was happy that his daughter, whom he believed in, got to the peak of formal education. So if you're a man listening to me, be like my father, because my father believed that his 8 children, I am number 7 of those children, have equal opportunity to be able to get a skill. So what are we supposed to do? If you are a man, if you are someone who has the means to send girls to school, to help in whatever way that you could, please do so. I would encourage you to go to Every Girl Wins Institute and try to sponsor a girl or sponsor groups of girls or even sponsor women mentors to take courses at very, very reasonable prices to be able to effect change in their communities. Sponsor a girl, sponsor girls.
Wow,
I would
thank you so much, Dr. Ebere.
in the policy making that you should be able to help women to get on. Let's all come on board. Let's not wait until girls grow into women who are needy, who are poor, who are illiterate, and then we begin to celebrate them just like we did on Women's Day. Let's give them a chance because really, education and every other thing that is good in life is the right of a girl.
Right.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Ebere. That was absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. So we're going to go on to the awards for the Dominican Republic in Sweden. But before Dr. Ebere, we're going to go take Christina from the Dominican Republic. Hold 1 second. Hello, Dr. Nelson. How are you?
I am fine, and you, my friend? Wow, wonderful
Great,
work.
great. Dr. Nelson Noel, he will be speaking Spanish, translating Spanish for Christina today. So thank you so much for taking the time, Dr. Noel, to do that for her. Christina, can you take yourself off of mute, please?
Si puede sacar el micrófono, Cristina, puede sacar su micrófono ahora. ¿Le está escuchando, Cristina? Saca su micrófono en mute.
Okay, she has herself. Oh, she's got herself on here twice. I'm not sure.
Y también el video.
Okay, now. Okay. Whoops. Let me add her to this. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with her first nominee, and she's going to honor them.
Okay, Cristina, ¿te puede explicar?
Buenas tardes para todas ustedes, embajadoras, nominadas del mundo. Antes que nada, agradecer a la doctora Christine Robert, directora ejecutiva de la Organización Internacional Premios de Cada Niña Gana.
First of all, I'd like to honor everybody, especially Dr. Christine Kozashuk, for giving me this opportunity and to receive this award.
Thank you.
In the name of Dominican Republic. Ahora, Cristina, ¿se puede dar breve información sobre cada persona que se ve en el screen? Abra más fuerte para su voz.
Que pase la número 1, Mayra Holguín, la primera, por favor.
She said you can back again in the first one you shared before because she don't say anything yet. Yes. Thank
you. Gracias. La licenciada Mayra Holguín es comunicadora de profesión, autora de más de 15 libros de superación personal y emprendimientos.
Okay, Maya Olgin, she is a woman of communication. She writing many books and she have more 15 years experience in her domain.
Okay.
Sigue.
Gracias. Marianela Pinales, licenciada en la carrera de Derecho de la Universidad Internacional, Universidad UAS.
Maria Elena Pinales, she is a graduate in the university and she also have impact work en society also. Diga un poco de lo que hace también como acción.
Gracias. Marianela la hemos nominado a este premio porque es una trabajadora feminista, activista social y política con más de 30 años trabajando con movimientos de mujeres comunitarias de la República Dominicana.
The second award, she's lady have more than 30 years. She's advocate, lawyer, and she's activist. She very defends the right of women and young people, and she make good impact in the community. Now we will talk about Mayra Tavares.
Mayra Tavares,
Ma-
la
we can
anterior, Mayra.
come back, Maria Tavares. Dr. Christina, yes, yeah.
Gracias. Mayra Tavares es licenciada de la Universidad de la Tercera Edad. Ha trabajado muchos temas relacionados a los temas de género. Ha participado en... Sí, disculpa.
Okay. Maria Tavares, she very hard worker. She woman in government. She working in many strategic projects for the nation and corporation international also. And she also make she try to say what the impact she make. Puede seguir de los impactos que ella pone.
El señor Dilonés los hemos nominado al premio del hombre porque tiene varios méritos en lo que es el tema de las niñas de la República Dominicana, específicamente el deporte.
Okay. Jose Carmenito Corporan, this is a very good leader in soccer in the Dominican Republic, but he used his influence to helping women and create organizations to also support children and youth people. He deserves this award.
Tiene aproximadamente 30 años trabajando temas con las niñas dominicanas.
He has more than 30 years working, with the Dominican child in this area.
Wow.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for
we don't say anything about Christine. And you about Christine Encarnación. ¿Qué dice de su trabajo, de ti? Tú no dices nada de ti. Dígame algo.
Bueno, yo soy licenciada en Administración de Empresas Turísticas y Hoteleras con maestrías en Políticas Públicas.
Okay, I just asked her, because we don't say anything about her. So she said she is also study diplomacy and politics, and she also running for campaign already in Dominican Republic. She's a very political figure in Dominican Republic. That's the reason she brings those influential people.
Wow.
Activista social comunitaria, muy en lleno con los temas de género de la República Dominicana, aportes grandes a la niñez, al envejeciente, a la juventud del país, con nuestra fundación que se llama Fundavista Internacional.
She also activist. She brings a lot of activities to helping young people. She also has a foundation for that. She also entrepreneur. She helping also people to developing also business in the Dominican Republic. She very influential in the community.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Noel.
Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Para finalizar, agradecerte a ti, Nelson Noé, por tu colaboración inmensa para poder llevar a cabo este evento internacional. Es un honor que tú puedas servirme de intérprete para nominar a los nominados de la República Dominicana. Muchas gracias a todos. Gracias, Nelson.
She said, thank you, Dr. Nelson, to bring me in this connection to receive this award and every girl wins for Dominican Republican representative and also to give your time to translate for us. Con mucho gusto. With a pleasure.
Get removed there. That was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
Wow.
Yes,
some of the best people are coming on. And this is amazing to have language translation. This here shows that you're reaching everybody all over the world.
Yes, it's absolutely amazing. And a big thank you again to Dr. Noel for taking his time to translate for her. And that's one of the things that we've been having. I've been having trouble with finding is a translator for her and he stepped in and is
Thank
able
you.
to transfer.
He's a great
Yes,
he's a great leader. He's a great leader.
Yes. So I'm going to bring Dr. Ebere back on to announce her honorees.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you for having me again.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
Dr. Ebere is our international Every Girl Wins Sweden Scandinavian representative. So thank you so much, Dr. Ebere.
Thank you, Dr. Christine. Thank you, Sir Rivers, for the privilege to be able to represent this organization in the Scandinavia. And thank you for the very good work you are doing. I'm going to announce the people that I have nominated to receive awards in the Scandinavia. And the first nominee is Dr. Agatha Nwokocha, whom I have nominated for the Leadership Award. Dr. Agatha is the founder and director of Sisters and Arena, Soul Sisters Arena and Soul Brothers Arena. And these two organizations work towards making sure that women have wholeness in their relationships, all aspects of their lives. And Dr. Agatha has been leading these organizations, so I think that she deserves this award. My second nominee is Mr. Joseph Williams Etbong, who has been doing so much to help girls and women. He has a NGO in his home country of Ghana that takes girls and women, indigent girls and women, off the streets, as well as give them good education. Right here in Sweden, he also has a company that had helped women to be able to come into the society. My next nominee is Miss Christine Chembe, who is receiving the Pioneer Award for being one of the first women that is in politics, helping women to get into politics in the Swedish society. And my last nominee is Dr. Olubusela Eshet, and she is receiving the Unsung Shero Award for so much contributions that she has made to literacy for women, to business and entrepreneurship for women. She has done so much for girls in indigent communities that has spanned over a period of 20 years. And she has also helped women to learn skills and giving them startups for small scale startups. So I think that she deserves this award because sometimes people are working in corners and they are not really recognized. So I think she deserves this award. So thank you so much for having me and for all the nominees that are receiving this award from Scandinavia. Congratulations. And thank you, Dr. Christine and Sir Clyde Rivers, for all the good that you do.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ebere. Thank you. Okay, so our next person that I'm going to bring, she wasn't able to announce, but she's finally on. She was having some difficulty times announcing, is Dr. Marcia Smalling from Jamaica. Jamaica. So I'm going to allow. He is an independent Every Girl Wins Jamaican representative. Welcome, Dr. Marcia. How are you?
I am great and grateful. I just want to convey warm greetings on behalf of the beautiful island of Jamaica. I want to congratulate all the honorees and Dr. Christine just to commend you for this amazing initiative. Please allow me the privilege of presenting our nominees at this time.
Janet,
it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the effervescent, exemplary, and enlightened Mrs. Jeanette Shimiu, nominee for the Leadership Award. She was nominated because of the positive influence she has had on girls for over 30 years, working with Heart Trust NTA. She received the Prime Minister's Medal of Appreciation for outstanding service to education.
Wow.
I present to you the focused, far-sighted, and formidable Miss Mahalia Gordon, nominee for the Youth Entrepreneur Award. She was nominated because of her intentional and purposeful approach to entrepreneurship and her contribution to nation building. She is the owner of McGord's and is a travel consultant at Mahalia's Travel. Congratulations to both ladies. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Marcia, for all that you do. And I look forward when everything opens up to get back to our favorite vacation spot, Jamaica. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great. That's very fantastic.
Wow, this is absolutely amazing. So, Sir Clyde Rivers, what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a moment, and Geraldine, our Cameroon representative, is kind of a little entertainment with Youth in Action that she teaches, if I'm not correct, these young ladies and young men of dancing. One second, I've got to get it up. Just 1 second. Let's see. There we go. So we're going to take a moment and watch some little entertainment and see how amazing the Youth in Action are. So thank you, Geraldine, in this video. Wow, how amazing were they? They're incredible.
Amazing.
Absolutely incredible. So we're going to move on to our next speaker, and Lani had came on just a little bit earlier, so we're going to bring her on, and we're going to do some questions and answers for education literacy for her. 1 second. Lani, yeah, unmute yourself, please. Oh, she's in the car.
I am.
She is in my opinion, one of the great voices of the world that's empowering people to understand differences around the world. Dr. Kinikini, we're honored to have you with us.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. So, Dr. Lani, what we're going to ask you is just some few questions and answers today regarding the girl child and the importance of education for the girl child around the world. So, with your experience, and I know that you've traveled all over the world, and what is your experience with the girl child and the importance of the education with them?
You know, I've traveled different cultures, and I've studied comparative cultural approaches to understanding children and gender and family dynamics, and the family being, if it's a large kinship network or if it's, you know, a small, depending on the society and the scale of the society, girls, and this is especially true for traditional societies, small scale societies, girls sometimes have the parameters set out for them before they're, you know, they age. And when they get into youth, there's often risks associated with whether or not they are empowered. And we find from the Pacific Island cultures where I'm from, and in our immigrant society here in the United States, where I currently am, we find that girls sometimes don't have access as much to education, or their path is a little bit more towards staying in the home or in the domestic sphere. So I think over the generations, even in Western societies, that obviously has pivoted during the mid 20th century, where economies have changed. So I think it's really, for me, understanding kind of how to balance the raising of girls within a cultural group or a larger society, so that the parameters that may be set can also be pushed or renegotiated, so that kind of the inherent beauty, wisdom, knowledge of girls is able to kind of support society overall. So those were some of my thoughts. And the other thought I had was that education also is informal as well as formal education. And I wanted to emphasize how much we learn as people informally through storytelling, through, you know, our homes, through our communities and churches. And so that's also a great deal of literacy and learning is cultural literacies. And so how do we kind of balance the academic kind of path that tells us let's go into careers, and there's certain careers for girls and certain for boys, versus, you know, kind of integrating both, so that children, and as they age, young adults get to shape their own desires and paths. So that's what I was thinking this morning when I was preparing to join.
That's very interesting.
Dr. Kinikini, I have a question for you. You know, I have a good question for you. What is the greatest need for the institution to be able to look at women differently?
Their need is to collaborate. Some institutions have a hierarchy of male leadership. Sometimes they're older. You know, I know our institution, a community college and universities across the United States also have this. So it's also, it's about learning to collaborate for the existing kind of power holders, and learning to, for me, for the power holders to really learn how to share power, how to empower.
Wow.
That's very powerful. Thank you so much, Dr. Lani, for coming on here and sharing your wisdom for the girls and females of the world, and, you know, just standing for their freedom and equity for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'll be coming to visit you guys real soon again.
We look forward to that. Thank you, Dr. Rivers, and Dr. Kozachak. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, that was powerful.
She's a great voice. She is to me, she's a pioneer. She understands how to merge it.
Yeah, well, that very, very powerful. So at this moment, who we're going to bring in is our London representative, Azina Ijoma. We're going to bring her in to let her give her awardees to. Oops, you get her up there. This computer, I'm still trying to figure it out today. Hello.
Hello. How are you? Congratulations to all of us. Congratulations, Dr. Christine, for this amazing work you're doing. And good evening, Sir Clives. It's so great to see you today.
Good to see you too.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank
so we're
you.
going to go ahead and start. You presented and awarding your nominees. Yes. The first one.
The first award goes to Reverend Anena Goretti. She's winning. She's nominated for the Leadership Award. She's a sought-after keynote speaker, gifted dynamic woman of God, a trainer, a counselor, a preacher, a teacher, evangelist, author, mentor, and a licensed positive parenting facilitator. Wow. She's a senior pastor of Arts Ministries International, Victory Chapel, a global ministry touching lives and nations through global children development, an arm which supports orphan children and widows globally. Reverend Goretti is also the president of Women of Destiny International Ministry, whose mandate is to encourage and equip women to take their place in destiny. So congratulations, Reverend Anena Goretti. The second person that we're giving an award is the Unsung Shero Award, and that goes to Obiageli Stella Ngwesina. She's a coach and entrepreneur. She's got her master's degree. She runs a charity called Women and Their Seed NGO. She's a visionary of Hey Babe, which is girls and women group chat. She goes around the world supporting women and their children, supporting the less privileged in UK and in Africa as well. Congratulations, Obiageli. We see what you're doing and we honor you greatly. The third person is someone I'm very passionate about, Damilola Debisi. She started her own cleaning company at the age of 18 from a passion she loves, which is cleaning. And now she employs quite a few people who go to houses and clean homes, and from there giving a source of income to young people. She's currently studying nursing and she's in her first year. I really, really want to appreciate her for the Entrepreneurial Award. Thank you, all of you, and I think you're doing greatly, and we look forward to hearing more about what you do globally. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Azina, and please stay on because we have an announcement here in just a few minutes for you, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, our next International Every Girl Wins representative is Ijoma from Nigeria. Can you hear me? Ijoma?
Yeah.
Hello. I can hear you. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, Dr. Christine.
Hello. Okay.
Hello, happy International Every Girl Wins Day.
Yeah, you too. Very excited. She had her event last Saturday. Yes, last Saturday she had her event.
Sorry. Yes, I did. Thank you so much for giving me that opportunity, and I want to also congratulate you for what you are doing today. Sir Clarivas, thank you so much for what you are doing for women and young girls in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and start with the first one.
Okay, the first person on my list is Dr. Franca Nerum for the Leadership Award. Dr. Franca Nerum is a woman who empowers women and young girls in our society. She believes so much in empowering women by giving them courage to stand for themselves and against any negativity, anything, or any obstacle on their way. She will tell you that no problem, there's no problem that doesn't have expiry date, that if you believe in yourself, no matter what it is, you can come out strong. The next person here to be nominated is Reverend Amos Young for Men of Worth Award. Reverend Amos Young indeed is a man of worth. Reverend Amos Young believes so much in the upliftment of women and young women in his church, particularly those ones that are educationally and vocationally disadvantaged. He doesn't really believe that culture or belief or religion should stop any girl from becoming what she wants to be. And so congratulations, Reverend Amos Young. The next person here is Honorable Justice Clara Jumai Katabs. Jumai Katabs is a renowned lawyer who has been a voice for promoting legislation that empowers girls and women in her society. She has been at the forefront of supporting legislation that brings equity to women and girls in Nigeria. Congratulations, Honorable Justice Katabs. And the next nominee is Miss Pat Paloma, and she is taking the Unsung Shero Award. Miss Pat Paloma is an advocate for women and young girls in her society. She believes so much in ensuring the empowerment and improvement of the life of women and young children in her society. Presently, she runs an NGO called the Soul Africa in Nigeria. Then the next person is Elizabeth Phillips Olabisi. Elizabeth Phillips Olabisi is taking the Youth Entrepreneurship Award. She's the CEO of Ellie Street, a self-financed business known for their special baking abilities and treat services in and around her neighborhood. This girl, she can go anywhere once it's about her cake to deliver her cake anytime you call her. And the next person is Joy Chiadika. Joy Chiadika is an environmentalist, a climate change advocate, and a sustainability activist with keen interest in building sustainable and climate resilient community in Nigeria and around Africa. Thank you. I think that's the last person.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we have Favor Oluma. Favor Oluma, apart from the fact that she is an orphan, she's not allowed that to deter her from becoming what she wants to be. Presently, she is the CEO and founder of Retired Clam. Retired Clam is an organization that specializes in using recycled tire to create beautiful things, beautiful furnitures, mirrors, and the rest of them. So I would like to say a big congratulations to all the nominees and say thank you so much, Dr. Kristen Kozochak and the Reverend Clyde Rivers, for believing in us and for giving us the opportunity to do this. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything. Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you.
And Dr. Christine, I'll speak on behalf of Dr. Rosetta when it's her time.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So this is so exciting. So what we're going to do next is we are going to go ahead and do our next speaker, which is Fidelia, and I'll let you kind of talk about her for a little bit. So very, very excited for her to be speaking today.
Dr. Fidelia Galang she's probably one of the greatest women leaders I know. She's one of the first women in like her tribe in Suriname to receive a formal education. And as an ambassador, she fights for the rights of women. As a believer, she fights for the rights of people This here is truly a treat, Dr. Christine, to hear Dr. Fidelia Galan.
Yeah, she's absolutely amazing. Okay, let me put her on.
I greet you in the wonderful name of Jesus Christ. And I want to congratulate you all on this special day, the International Day of Every Girl Wins. And the day is the 13th of March, the International Every Girl Wins Day. I want to thank you for having me here today to speak to you for a short while. You know, girls have rights, and the theme of this day is her right. Torn between two love is sometimes hard, but it's very valuable and it's very important. I have torn between two love in that believe in two different systems. One, the love of my daddy, who believed in the traditional values, the traditional way of life, and the traditional literacy way, calling Kia in the Maroon language of Suriname, freedom fighters that successfully conquer over slavery. And my mom, a Maroon woman who loves the Kia system as well, the Kia literacy, but wanted her daughter to know the formal education, Western education, and to be one that knows how to live in a Western world and how to move on in life being an educated woman. And there was a struggle there, and that struggle was for me a fight to win and to keep the balance. And my father was the one that mentally, because he disapproved of the Western literacy, mentally he was very harsh on the girls in his life. And girls, I know you all go through struggles. Girls of 100 years old to 3 years old, and from 3 years to 100 years old, congratulations. The struggle goes on, and every girl wins the struggle. To win the struggle, you need to trust in what you are doing. You need to trust that all will go well. What I want to tell you today is that I have been there, and still the struggle moves on. My father, his first win was to prove my mother wrong. But his first win was when I was successful in passing the exam to the third level of education, to pre-university level. And there he conquered. There he win. Why did he win? Because he, in the Kia literature system, when a girl is smart, wisdom comes from the father. And there he had his first win. And he had to agree with his wife that Western education was good. And the last win that he had is when he held my thesis in his hand and says, "This is me. My wisdom is written in this thing." Yes, and the university diploma is because of his way, his wisdom, and his daughter inherited from him. He was happy because he won it all, because of the Kia wisdom that the girl, the children inherit from the father. The mother win when there was a next level after education, and that's when I became an ambassador. Because the norms and values in the Kia system that she knew how to teach me, how to live, how to be diplomatic, was used in my diplomatic career. And in this way, we could celebrate the wins together. A girl doesn't win for her own. The girl wins for the family. She wins for the father, the mother, the brothers, the sister, because winning means we win. When a girl wins, we win. When she wins, a nation celebrates it. When she wins, a cultural group celebrates it because she comes from somewhere, and that group celebrate and have the beneficial, everything that is benevolent for that group because of her win. She wins for everybody, and she wins for the world. She wins for entrepreneurship. When a girl is an entrepreneur, her whole family wins. I can tell you, someone that did not get the Western education, because Maroon peoples in my country, they didn't really embrace the Western education. And I think one would know why. But a lot of them, all of them are winners. Those who got the Western education could buy themselves a piece of land, build a big home. They could travel and go to other countries and speak the language of the language they are in. I know a lot of them because I have them in my family that have been successfully made their children make university and have their children to be where they want them to be. Economically, they are survivors because a girl survives all the time. And when a girl survives, she can make a lot work. You see the thing I have on? This is a maroon attire. This is not just for the shoulder to decorate it, but it's to cover your legs when you sit down. You see, this thing I have on, this is embroidery. This is funny. She made it a business. They are business women. And when they are business women, they do business as any other does business. And they contribute to the economy. So economic literacy is what they know. Literacy of education, they know it. They know it in trade, and they do it in their culture. Whether they are highly educated or not, but there are two systems that educate them. In my case, the Kia system is a traditional educational system of the Maroons. And every girl in the whole entire world have their own cultural system. And I want to thank you for being a winner. Every day we win. Every day we fight. And every day we will be the one to set precedents for others that did not have the chance to make it in school or to make it in business or to make it anywhere. But one thing, they can make it in going on and winning for what they stand for. Yes, every girl wins. 3 years old, 4-year-old, or 100 years old. You see this girl? It is embroidery all over the world. It's a girl that does not have any Western educational skills, but she has the skills of her tradition. And this is the business they are doing. And it's a wrap. And this wrap is beautiful. You see, she is doing it, making it look beautiful. And you can attach it to a skirt. You can attach it to just a dress. You can do anything you want with it. And this girl wins because she bought her own vehicle. She had her own land and made her own home for her and her children to enjoy together with her husband. Every girl keeps their society healthy. I know for a fact that Maroon women, traditional women that has no Western education are midwives. Even early born children, they know how to keep them healthy and how to keep the mother healthy. Every girl wins. Health literacy is not only in school, but it's also in tradition. I want to thank you all for listening to me today. You are a girl. Even if you're 75-year-old or 80-year-old, you are a winner. And we all are a winner. Girls, you rock. Thank you all.
Wow. Wow.
She you. Wow. I loved how she said you are a girl from 3 years old to 100 years old. I love it. I love it, Sir Rivers. That was, I loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that was my second time watching it. And I enjoyed the second time as much as I did the first time. Absolutely.
And you know what? She's in a class of just women that are fighting for change. And you know, Dr. Costa, with all the good women, man, the world has to change.
Yes,
it just has to.
absolutely. I mean, with our fight, you know, I mean, we keep standing, you know, for, you know, females around the world. We will, you know, make a difference in this world. Yeah. So Todd Rivers, what we're going to do is take the time to just announce these two for next week of what we're going to do with them. With them is Zena Ijoma and Reverend Dorcas Kabod. So I'll let you say what we're going to do with them next, how we're going to be honoring them next.
Yes. Next week, at Dr. Kozachek's her recommendation to our graduate college and seminary, we're going to be awarding you two with honorary doctorates. And this is a top honor for our institution of United Graduate College and Seminary International. We've honored around the world over 15 presidents and first ladies with this honorary doctorate. And this honorary doctorate is actually for searchers, people that have gone above and beyond to actually bring brand new knowledge into existence. So you amazing women are going to become a part of an amazing international family of honorary doctors that are creating a new paradigm of thinking. And Dr. Kozachek, again, you have brought us two amazing people, and thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, they are absolutely amazing. And I say, you know, Dr. Dorcas Kabod and Dr. Zena Ijoma. So we're looking forward to honoring you next week on that graduation for next Saturday. So, you know, come and watch them also.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Remove that. Okay, so our next awardees, our next will be Haiti, and we're going to bring Haiti in here. We're going to bring Betty in. Betty, unmute yourself, please. How are you?
Hello. Good morning, everyone. I am excited. Yes.
Yes. We are very excited for you, and thank you so much for, you know, all the work that you're doing for females around the world. She started as a translator for Haiti, and she's kind of just fell into the role of everything, and you know, it's just absolutely amazing. And so thank you for being a voice for females around the world. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first one.
The first nominee is Miss Kimberly Lotti. Kimberly is 20 years old. She's a college student studying biology. Her top strengths are discipline, leadership, creativity, and responsibility. She's always a leader in her community. In high school, she led multiple activities to help a promotion. She serves as the president of a youth Christian club at her church. She volunteers her time to coach young girls' life skills and motivate them to graduate high school. Congratulations, Kimberly. Now, the second one is Richie Victorin. Richie is 17 years old. He's a high school junior, singer, and author. He sings and he writes songs. His songs and his texts are mainly about the feminine power and its importance.
Wow.
He was raised by a single mom. He always admired his mom's strength, courage, and dedication. He's a member of Itia IT, a local nonprofit, who is helping young females write and inspire them to become a better version of themselves. Congratulations to Richie. The third nominee is Woodlyn DeCoste. Woodlyn is 18 years old, a high school junior, and she's an entrepreneur She's a writer. She's an author of several poems, articles, and novels. Her goal is to translate her work in different languages and reach a broader audience. She sells a poem to her classmates, family members, and friends. Congratulations, Woodlyn. The last one is Arshel Clara Goussin. Arshel is 16 years old.
Wow.
She's been singing since she was 7. Her passion for music is beyond measure. She was one of the finalists of the most recent national singing competition organized in 2020 in Haiti. Music helped her overcome all the obstacles she can come across in her life. She understands the value of music. As a young artist, she always thinking about innovations and creative ways to teach voice techniques to less fortunate children so they can find strength they need to overcome their current obstacles. Clara, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Betty, for nominating them. And when I told her, and what I didn't recognize is every one of them are young youth that she.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
To empower them, they are our future, and we really believe they can make a change because these young people are really engaged. They're motivated to do well. They want to be the role model, the next big thing for every girl around the world. And thank you, Dr. Christine, for this great movement. I'm honored to be part of this movement because it's not about girls in my country. It's about girls around the world. Wow. It's an honor for me to be part of that and make a change because we want to see the change come to life. We want to see this change here in every single country in the world because in too many places, women still being abused. They're still being a victim of domestic violence, of economic really inequality. We want to see that change come to life finally. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Sir Clyde Rivers, for your help. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here. And Haiti, go Haiti, yay!
Thank you so much again, Betty, for everything you do. Thank you. She's amazing. But yes, when we were going through that in the wars team, and we were going through it, and I was like, those are all that she, every one of them was youth that she, nominated, and it's such an inspiration when the youth, get to honor them and and give them their confidence and power and just let them be who they are, just let them express themselves.
Absolutely. And Dr. Kosik, I'm just here in awe of looking at the reach every girl wins around the world. I mean, this here has moved me. I knew it was big, but I didn't know it was like this. Man, this is a priceless event today.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, and like I said, the International Every Girl Wins representatives for 5 months. They have been working so hard, to help me put this together, and they're absolutely phenomenal. And the people that they are awarding, and it's just, I myself couldn't do that reach without them, and they have done that for me, and be able to touch females around the world. So it's absolutely phenomenal. So thank them all that's listening right now. So our next representative, and you heard her speak earlier, is a Dr. Carolyne Opinde from South Africa. So thank you so much, Dr. Opinde, and she is our International Every Girl Wins South Africa representative. So excited to have you back.
Thank you so much, Dr. Christine Kozaczuk and Sir Clyde Rivers, for having me here to present awards to amazing ladies, girls, and a gentleman from South Africa.
Great. So we're going to start with the first one. Okay.
I present the award, the Leadership Award, to Mrs. Mara Glennie, the founder of Tears Foundation. Mara has been a trailblazer in South Africa, working in the area of gender-based violence prevention. She's also an innovative leader in the sense that she has developed a package or a tool, a model that is called Help at Your Fingertips, where people or women mostly and girls who have been abused can call. It's basically a call center, and they can call and get immediate help and support. Last year, with the support of Microsoft, we were able to be part of a competition through her collaboration, and I am just so honored to work with her. Next, we have Pastor Anthony Liebenberg, and we award you the Men of Honor Award for South Africa in his role as the founder of Life Child, a nonprofit that works in 4 countries in southern part of Africa, starting with South Africa, Zimbabwe, Malawi, and Mozambique.
Wow.
Next is Mrs. Emerentia van Wyk. Mrs. Emerentia van Wyk, we award you the Unsung Shero Award for Namibia, a neighboring country to South Africa, for her role in gender-based violence prevention among women and children through her organization, Make a Noise Community Safety and Crime Prevention. She is also an ambassador for Namibia. Next, we award Mrs. Lorato Molefe Letuka the Unsung Shero Award for South Africa. Mrs. Lorato Molefe Letuka is the founder and managing director at EduHope Africa Foundation and the founder and managing director at Wow Care Bears. She works in the area of early childhood development and is critical in educating over 700 early childhood centers that work under her in South Africa. The next one, we are going to the Kingdom of Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland, and we are awarding the Unsung Shero Award for Eswatini to Dudu M. Dube for her role is as the founder of Izibuko Serenity Foundation, a nonprofit that is educating women in the area of agriculture and helping them to be entrepreneurs and providing for their communities, the most marginalized and underserved communities. The next, we have our 26-year-old South African, Dr. Daksha Ramjawan. She recently received a doctorate, a honorary doctorate from the United States. And she is our Young Entrepreneur Awardee for her role or her work in entrepreneurship. She also works with her mother, Dr. Shamila Ramjawan, and they have developed a menstrual cup to help girls, especially those from underserved communities in the area of menstrual health. Next, we have Sophie Zala Kanza, along with her sister, Louise Kanza, the founders of Sophie Kanza Foundation. And we are awarding them the Youth Entrepreneurship Award for the amazing work that they do in the area of working with refugees, especially those who are based in South Africa as well as in the Democratic Republic of Congo. They are also coming up with an app to support refugees to integrate and assimilate in the host countries where they are based at the moment.
Wow.
Lastly, we have Miss Onile Kwene, our Youth Innovation Awardee, for her role in inventing her own Moritello skincare that is now sold in the market to help young people fighting acne. She developed this from her kitchen at a time when she was unemployed, and she is no longer looking for a job. She is not a job seeker, but a job creator.
Wow.
And we applaud her today.
Wow.
Fantastic. Amazing.
Fabulous. Wow.
Now, Dr. Kozachek, these are world changers. These are Dr. Opinde, thank you. These are world changers.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Christine. Thank you so much, Sir Clyde Rivers. I am honored.
Well, Thank you so much, Carolyne. Dr. Carolyne, thank you. Wow, it's amazing, huh? It's just
No words.
incredible.
There's no words. The impact and the reach that Every Girl Wins is having today, and has had, because this here doesn't happen overnight. I mean, the actual great leaders that are working in the different countries have been taught by a great leader.
Yes,
Leaders
absolutely.
build other leaders. So thank you for building leaders that are really impacting. This here isn't an emotional session. These are women that are doing the work every day, making lives better for others.
Yes, and they're such an amazing team. And you're talking about how our reach is, and I'm gonna stand over here and pull this back just a little bit, and before we move on to Rosetta, our next speaker, which is our flag that we had created.
Wow. Look at that.
A couple of months ago. We had this created. It took me about 6 months just to kind of think about how I wanted this to go. But how this is represented is you have the stripes that represent 7 continents. You have the circles that represents the 195 countries. And then you have the star that represents Every Girl Wins. And the reason I did that star was when you have a woman, a girl, and like, she said, we have girls from 3 to 100. And you're sitting there and you're this hope, and you don't have this hope. And I want them to look at the stars to know that we are shining down on them. We are there for them. And when you look at when you look up at the sky, there's millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of stars there, to know that there are females sitting here fighting for you. Circle of Rivers, we 195 right now. I have 12 representatives. So I am looking forward to one day having every one of these circles marked off as a representative.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yes. What a beautiful flag and a great vision.
Yes, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, it's beautiful, and I love it. It's absolutely amazing. So we are going to move on to Rosetta was on there, so I'm going to let you.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, couple minutes ago, she sent me a message that said she couldn't be on. But Dr. Rosetta is a woman that has fought for the Asian Pacific Island Filipino community. In the state of Nevada, she was the #1 Filipino of the year a couple years ago. And you know what? There's a characteristic of every great leader. Every great leader is really humble in their heart. And this is a woman that I watch just fight to make change happen. And she was part of the Obama administration. She worked with President Biden and just Jimmy Carter. And she's a very small lady in actually stature, but her heart, her wisdom, and what she's built for her community and culture in the state of Nevada is amazing, and her impact around the world. I just think watching a woman like her that isn't looking to be recognized, but it just is looking to empower women and actually her whole culture. And you know what? One thing that I want to say about many of the women that I know, they just don't fight for women. They fight for all of humanity. And this is what, and I love the fact that you've established Men of Wealth Award. You have created a narrative where men are engaged in this as well. And I think it's important that the world see that men and women are working as one to help build the world and take it to another place. And you couldn't have a better pioneer than Dr. Rosetta Villanueva Lee, just as she's just in a class by herself.
Yeah, and we're honored to present her with the Legacy Award. And the Legacy Award is only given out to one deserving woman a year. And the first recipient of this was the former First Lady of Burundi that we honored her with in 2019. So congratulations, Rosita, on that. So we are going to move on and bring Dr. Well, I say Dr. Dorcas now.
Yeah.
It just came out. How are you? So she's going to honor hers, and we're going to go ahead. How are you today? I know she's been up early. I was up at 4 o'clock at her event this morning at 4:45.
Wow.
So just for a few minutes, and then I was, on to the next one. So we're going to go ahead and start. Reverend Dorcas.
Thank you so much, Dr. Christine. I present to you the awards of this year's Every Girl Win. Number 1 is Dr. Rebecca Thompson, who is receiving the Leadership Award. Rebecca Thompson has been in the forefront in leadership in various organizations in the nation, which work with empowerment of women, like the World Vision, and she's also been in the forefront in leading and nurturing and mentoring families and women. So I congratulate her today as she receives this award. The second person to receive the award is Beth Maraga, who is receiving a leadership award. Beth Maraga is a professional image and etiquette consultant and a coach. She's been in the forefront in coaching and mentoring young girls in our nation in the area of etiquette and civility. So I congratulate her today as she receives this award. The third person to receive the leadership award is Anne Musau. Anne Musau is the CEO and the founder of Share organization, a consultancy company that also deals with humanitarian activities. She's been in the forefront in mentoring and supporting widows and the needy in the country. The next person to receive the award of leadership is Sister Mary Joyce. Sister Mary Joyce is an educationist, a leader, a teacher by profession who has been a principal for many schools in our country. And why she deserves this award is because she's been so much vocal in encouraging the education of the girl child. So I congratulate her today in receiving this award. The next person to receive the award is Terry Kombanga, who is receiving the Unsung Shero Award. Terry has been in the forefront in encouraging and rehabilitating girls who have been defiled and who have been abused sexually. And she is the founder of an organization by the name Kara Ol Muran, which helps such kind of girls. And the next person to receive the award is Stella Mandi, receiving the Unsung Shero Award. Stella Mandi is a nurse by profession and a great humanitarian who has been helped a lot of children and women in the community. She has done a lot. I always think of one incident whereby she went to a bar and took a child of a bartender, and she educated the child, and today the child is somebody. So I congratulate her as she receives this award today. And the next to receive the Unsung Shero Award is Lucy Wairimu. Lucy Wairimu is the founder and the CEO of One Love, One Touch organization, a humanitarian organization that is moving a lot in our nation, touching the needy in children homes and empowering women and mentoring them. And therefore today I congratulate her as she receives this award. Valentine Mwende receives the award of entrepreneurship. And Valentine Mwende is still a student and an entrepreneur. She's been at the forefront encouraging young women, young people in colleges and even in the community, telling them about the importance of creating their own path through entrepreneurship as young people. And therefore today, I congratulate her as she receives this award. And lastly, but not least, in receiving awards today is Jennifer Wangari, who is receiving the Innovation Award. Jennifer Wangari is a young innovator who has done so many things and who has been like a light, leading and helping young people to understand that they can innovate and create a path of success through innovation and in entrepreneurship. So today I congratulate Jennifer in receiving this award, and I am so grateful today in this day. I think I'm somehow trying to swallow up a lot. We've just finished our Every Girl in the National Day celebration some 3 hours ago. It was great. We were blessed to listen to the speech of Christine live. That was so inspiring. It was also a great day when Dr. Christine released in reality the sponsorship of girl Lydia, and she was crying all through in the event. It was so touching, and I want to thank you, Dr. Christine, for what you are doing for women and what you are doing for girls in our community and in Kenya. And I want to repeat the words which the Maasai people say, because Lydia comes from that community. They say that they don't know what will happen in Narok the day Dr. Christine will step in Narok. It's like everything will stand still just to celebrate you. So this is to tell you that they are very much appreciative for what you are doing for them. And it is so great. Seeing Lydia go back to school gives hope to other teenage mothers that they can still go back to school. And there is an appeal that they made that they are waiting for you to establish the literacy lessons, education in Narok. They are ready with the land. They are waiting for the institution to be established there. So it has been a great and a wonderful day. And also it was a special day. Today we launched the Letters of Love Kenya, Volume 2. And it was amazing. It was wonderful. So today we had a great celebration in Kenya, and we celebrate you. And now Sarivas has climaxed it all. Every time I'm coming to the show with you people, I always know that there is something that will make me just quiet and listen. Thank you so much, Sarivas. I really appreciate you for honoring me with that doctorate. And I can only humble and continue to do what I do best, making other people's life better and making a difference. So I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Reverend Dorcas, for being there for Every Girl Wins Institute and standing for Lydia and supporting her and being the voice for Every Girl Wins Institute in Kenya and for Lydia right now. Thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Thank you.
Right. I didn't think I was going to tear up today, but I did.
No, hey, this is phenomenal. I mean, I'm taken back by the reach and the quality. Every Girl Wins will touch the whole world.
Yes, absolutely. So Clive Rivers, we're almost closing at the end of the event. So we're going to go into the U.S. Ones that you and I have nominated. And this first lady, you do know more than I know, which is Isabella. So I'll let you say a little bit about Isabella.
Yeah, Isabella is one of the great young people in this world, and her the influence and what she's walked out of in life and who she is today is so inspiring to women all over the world. So it's just amazing to have her on this great team.
Yes, she's amazing. I met her 2019 when we went to Uganda. She's absolutely amazing. Well, our next, we're going to present the next one is to Brittany Bella Dere. She is from Guyana. I actually met her on the trip in 2018, and she is the Youth Leadership Role Model Award. When I first met her, you can tell that she just was such a leader and being who she is, and she's just such an amazing lady. And I tell you, I do look for her to be the president of Guyana one day.
Yes, totally.
I really do. So our next one presenting this award to is Betty. You met Betty earlier. She was from Haiti. I am so honored to honor her with this Unsung Shero Award. When I first met her, she was supposed to just be a translator for a representative from Haiti, but she has totally just, been involved with us, and she's so much for humanity, and she is a true humanitarian and an unsung hero. She definitely is. So thank you, Betty, for everything. Yeah. The next one, I'm going to let you do this, Sir Rivers.
Yes. Dr. Dorcas and her husband Juma are two amazing people in this world. And with Dorcas, what I respect about her is Dr. Costa. She was the first person that worked with you. She was one that you mentored, and I look at the fruit that she has borne today, and I say, Dorcas, you are truly a leader of leaders, and why I say that is because of this. A good leader can be led by another person, and as you follow Dr. Kozacek in her leadership, you have become a dynamic leader. So this award is deserving.
Absolutely. The next one is Namal Day. You heard her earlier. She's in Ethiopia with her father right now, but she is a true humanitarian herself, an unsung hero for what she does for South Sudan and the females and the males of there is just absolutely
amazing.
Phenomenal. And Namal, when you speak to her, she just lights up.
Yeah,
especially when you talk about it. I mean, for females, just
she's a diamond. She's a diamond. She's a diamond.
Yes, she is. So the next one, I'll let you speak about Dr. Ebere, Sir Clyde Rivers.
Dr. Ebere is probably one of the most brilliant women in the world. Her understanding of how to work at the top and the bottom and everyone in between. To me, she's one of the best kept secrets in the world. But she's coming out of the box, and her leadership will actually show this world from the bottom, top, and the middle that why every woman in the world needs to be valued. And Dr. Ebere is a leader in a class by herself.
Yes, she is. And our next honoree that we're going to present the leadership award to is Dr. Carolyne Opinde. Dr. Carol, go ahead. I'm going to let you, Sir Rivers, do her.
Yeah. Dr. Opinde is such a voice. She's actually more than on a mission. She's a movement within herself, and she understands the inner workings of how to make things work. And as you hear her speak, there is such an actual statespersonship when she speaks. And man, hey, everybody in the world, watch out for this woman here. She will impact.
Absolutely. Okay, the next one is Dr. Lani.
Yeah. Man, if you ever have the chance to go to Salt Lake Community College, this is a woman that is one of the heads of the diversity program there. And I'll tell you, you will not find a more balanced person that has the information. She understands the institutional structures, and she understands how to bring change. And I'm telling you, this woman here, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kinikini, watch out for her name because she will impact this globe.
I love it. I love it. And the next one, Sir Clyde Rivers, Fidelia Brandon.
Dr. Fidelia was one of our first honorary doctorates at United Graduate College and Seminary. And I'm telling you, this I don't think people really understand her story. As she gave a bit of the story, it was a fight every day of her life to get education. And a woman that can fight for it and open the door for others. She is truly a role model for like women in the world. And this is, and Dr. Kozacek, to be able to honor a person like her, you have done something very special for her country and women in her country.
She's phenomenal. I cannot wait to get to know her personally. The next one is, oops, let's see. Yes, Rosie Allo. Put that back up there. It didn't pop up there. Rosie is absolutely phenomenal with her. You know, she is for her leadership award. This is the reason I'm giving this because Rosie, when I first met her and she has an incredible story. So everybody go check out Love is Kind because her organization, Love is Kind, that's the reason that I am honoring her today for her commitment to females around the world and the leadership that she has shown, just not for females of the world, but also for herself. Okay.
Yeah, and if you understand her story of what she walked out of, and for her to still have love and kindness is just unbelievable.
Yes, it is absolutely phenomenal. The next one, I'll let you introduce this one.
Yeah. Dr. Ron Kozacek, because as a matter of fact, Dr. Christine, have him come on next week for that doctorate service.
Okay.
This is truly one of the best men you'll ever meet in the world. What I love about Dr. Ron so much is his yes is yes and his no is no. And you know what, Dr. Christine, he has supported you from day one. I'm talking about with everything. When you're gone, when you're traveling, when you're empowering others. This is a man. He's the founder of a new concept, male civility, and all I can say is men like him make the world a better place. Truly, thank you, Dr. Ron Kozacek.
Yes, he is amazing. The next one, I'll let you introduce him also.
Dr. Reuben West. Just there is no words for a true statesman. Dr. West, if there's in the dictionary, the definition of a statesman is Dr. West. He's an advocate for actually right things. He is so much more than a speaker. He's a man of purpose on a mission to empower the world, and he is very deserving of this award. Very deserving.
Yes, very. And the next one, and I'll let you introduce her.
Man, Dr. Anana, blessed girl. You don't. I mean, what this woman has done in actually Guyana and around the world, empowering. This woman can take people out of raw material and turn them into gold. I've watched her empower women, girls, and make a difference. And the most important thing about Dr. Anana is her example. She exemplifies the example of what she turns other people into. So I tell people she has evidence and results, and she is so deserving.
Yes, she is. I've traveled with her many times, and it's been amazing with her, traveling with her. So I'm going to let you do the next one.
Yeah, Julian Businge, Professor Julian, man, there's like really not enough words for her work ethic and to empower others and her wisdom. And you know what, she's a woman that can be followed because her example is always a cut above. Whatever you give her, it's going to be done at a level you haven't imagined. And the world is truly a better place today because of Professor Businge.
Yeah. And I'm going to let you do her mother.
Lucy Sabiti. This is a woman that has taken care of like orphans for years. To have the heart to empower the disenfranchised. And if you ever hear her speak, if you ever hear her talk, she's the most humble lady you'll ever meet, but her life has impacted hundreds of people, and she is a power player. Lucy Sabiti, we love you.
And the last but not least, and I get to do this one, is Sir Clyde Rivers, the Men of Worth Award. So if you've watched him today, if you know him personally, you've worked with him, you know why he's receiving this Men of Worth Award today. I mean, when I first met Sir Clyde Rivers in 2018, I never knew our work together would bring Every Girl Wins Institute to where it is today, from his mentoring and coaching. His heart is, he's from I Change Nations and Civility for All. His heart is so big. I say it's a heart of gold, and he will do anything for anyone around the world, for humanity. And just thank you so much, Sir Clyde Rivers, for everything that you do for females, for standing for females, for equity, and for everything that you do for females worldwide. Thank you so much.
Dr. Christine, thank you. And if I can say one thing about Dr. Kozaczek as a leader, you have ignited something in women all around the world. And I believe your voice will be on platforms of this world because you have a model that works. You have a model that it doesn't just bring aid, it brings business empowerment. And you're one of the few people in this work that give people the right stuff to do. I hate to say this, many times people, when they find a niche, many of the niches have to keep people poor to keep the money coming in. So poverty pays someone. You're one of the first people that I've dealt with for a long time that wants to empower people. And man, thank you for the heart to empower, not keep people paralyzed because it brings wealth your way. Thank you for being a true leader.
Thank you for those words, Sir Rivers. So we are at the end of our day, not the day. I still have till 12 o'clock. We have one more event I'm going to attend to in Jamaica. But I want to take one more time to have you go and sign the proclamation that we spoke about earlier for Her Right. And it's herright.net. You sign that. It won't even take 30 seconds to do it, and just sign that. And I want to thank everyone that has watched today and left comments and supported us. The International Every Girl Wins representatives, all them, Sir Clyde Rivers. My husband has been very patiently last couple of weeks with everything getting done to get everything done. And the honor, the ones that we've honored with the awards, I want to thank everyone. And please continue fighting and standing for females' freedom and equity around the world, because they deserve, and it is her right, for educational literacy, economic literacy, healthcare literacy, and entrepreneurship literacy. It is her right, and go to the proclamation so we know that you are advocating with us. Thank you.
Thank you.